Hey, it's Francis. Now, something that's been on my mind recently, and that's why I'm doing this video, is I work with a lot of students and I get the same questions all the time. And it's great because it allows me to give you valuable content and do these videos. But a lot of these things are questions that are just simple answers. And this is what you need to do, and then you go away and do that. Now, if everything was that easy, we would all be where we want to be in life. You would all have the perfect marriage, the perfect house, the perfect bank account, the perfect health, because all the information is out there for you to go and do. The problem is that most people don't do. Now, that's not to say that people are lazy. That's not to say that, they don't really want it. They do want it, and sometimes they do. And in today's video, I want to share with you what I believe is the biggest obstacle in your trading journey. Now, I've done many videos, as you know, before in relation to psychology. I talk about psychology all the time. I think it's the biggest aspect. Getting your strategy right. But without an edge, you don't even watch these videos anyway. Because why are you watching without an edge? That's gambling. Go to the casino. But when I was an athlete, and I talk about this a lot of time, I used to be amazing at training. They used to call me such a good trainer. But on the day, I would get anxiety. Back then, it wasn't really a thing. I would have certain things that were kind of like obstacles in the way, and I didn't understand what they were. And I've been thinking about that recently with one of my traders who does all the TA. His TA is amazing. He does all the TA. He passes combines, but he can't get payouts. He suffers from being in groups or etc. and things like that. And I started to think, and I know what it was. Being in the arena is where the whole game changes. The whole game changes. Now, Robert Greene, you would have read Robert Greene. He actually says a quote here. I'm just going to read it here. He says, "The need for certainty is the greatest disease the mind faces." The need for certainty is the greatest disease that the mind suffers from, faces. Now, that's absolutely unbelievable and very true, because think about it. All the times that you are practicing on a practice account, and you're flying on a practice account. I mean, my practice account is in 6-7 figures or whatever it is. You're not in the arena. You're not in the arena. So the big challenge that you're going to face as a trader, we always talk about back testing. We always talk about being on demo accounts. But the more that you understand and the more that you speak with other people, you need to jump in. You need to jump in the deep end, even if you can't swim. Now, the chances are you're probably going to not drown, because you're going to figure out how to keep your head above water. That is what we've got to be in trading. So when we put ourselves in the arena, that's where the challenges come. But that's where the biggest growth comes. So what do I mean by that? I mean, if you are at a stage where you are beginning trading, okay, and you need to get the skills to do that, then of course you need to have a little bit of back test, follow a few people, understand whether you like trading, whether it's for you, because trading is not for everybody. It's probably for the least amount of people that I've ever met. And I've worked with a lot of people now over the last couple of years, and that can tell you that there is a low amount of people that actually trading is for them as an individual. So if you're just starting out, you need to do this educational side of things. But if you're at the stage now where you understand your edge, you understand trading, you like trading, it's become part of your life, it's become part of who you are as a person, but you seem to can't get that breakthrough. That may be because you've not figured out or conditioned yourself to be in the arena. So think of Gladiator, which is my favorite all-time film. Before all the training, when you go to Gladiator, everybody looks great. The minute you step in and you're faced with beasts and you're faced with people who are out to actually kill you, all of a sudden, if you freeze and you don't know how to control those emotions, you're going to die. Now, that's extreme, but I need us to think like that as we're trading along the way, because the matter of the fact is, you're watching this video because you're not successful in trading. You're watching this video because you're trying to find a holy grail. You're watching this video because you're sick of your 9-to-5 lifestyle of not having any freedom. I'll tell you a story. My oldest daughter, who's just finished and got her first at university, has now got a part-time job. She messaged me the other day and said, "Dad, how does anybody with a normal job have a life?" That's what she said. How does anybody with a normal job have a life? Now, I don't want you to take offense. If you look deeper, you would probably agree with my daughter when she says that. Now, that's because we've not taken any risks. We've not taken any risks. So when we're in that arena, we can freeze and it can all be over, or we can decide to take that risk and attack full on. Now, when it comes to trading, we need to take the risk. We need to put ourselves in the environment. So if you are on demo at the moment, get off demo. Get into a prop firm where it's going to cost you $40, $50 a month. Shout out to TopStep, who I work with. Best company, guaranteed payments, great rules. Link in description, 15% off. There's the plug. Now, it's easier for me to say that now at the stage that I'm at because it took me a long time to get there. But many of you that are watching this, you can cut this shortcut curve very, very quickly by just getting yourself into the field. Get yourself in the mix. Don't be a person that stands out the outside. I always talk about if you go to a soccer match, football match, spectators, there's 80,000 participants. There's only 22 at one time on the pitch. Why is that? Because they know how to deal with being in the arena. So I want you to take this from anything that you've actually done in your life, whether that's sports, whether that's a work, whether that's whatever it is. And when you've put yourself in a situation where you didn't really want to be in, but you knew you had to be in that situation to grow. Because these situations in trading are going to make you grow. Get out of demo. Demo is for the very, very basic beginning. Get out of demo. Put yourself in the arena where you have to risk real money or proper money, where you have to figure out your size, your contract size, how you're going to scale up. Because each step that you go through is going to be uncomfortable. I'm trying to scale up now and it's uncomfortable. The contract sizes are uncomfortable. But the only way I'm going to get better at that is by throwing myself into that arena. Now, this video is slightly different from the other things that I'm trying to do. Or what I normally do, but it was just on my mind because I have so many people talk to me about, well, I've got my analysis correct, or you know, it's working out perfectly on my practice account, and you know, I've got everything, I've got all my checklists, I've got all my journals and things like that, but they still cannot become profitable, and they're hesitating through fear, anxiety, because they're not embracing the environment. You would have been in a state of flow through your life, at least one stage, a relationship, a sports event, university, a job, where everything in that day, that week, that month, that year, not so much a year, you can't be in a flow state for a year, but maybe a couple of hours, everything was in sync and perfect and you was in flow state. Now, flow state is something that I've only experienced a few times, and I played over 400 professional league games, okay? And I've probably played over 1,000 games in my whole career, maybe 2,000 games. And I've only experienced flow a handful of times. But go back to that state of mind and put yourself in the trading arena, not chasing what everybody else is telling you to do on YouTube or Twitter and 55 million accounts. You can only do that once you are capable of dealing with the anxiety, the pressure, and of being in the arena. Okay, I really, really want you to take yourself out of where you are right now when you're trading your comfortable office with your seat, and think about the Stoics. Think about Marcus Aurelius and Alexander the Great and Seneca. He wasn't so much a warrior or a gladiator, but think about these people who go back in time, philosophy of what they needed to do to survive. And I know that sounds extreme, but if you can have that hunger within you and put yourself in that arena, you're going to get where you need to get to. You must put yourself in a pressure cooker where there is incentive. There must be incentive. My incentive is my family. It's not me, it's my family. And I believe that God has put me in this position to do what I need to do. I didn't used to think like that. I thought that was all about me. Now, if it's all about you as an individual, when you get yourself in that arena and you're uncomfortable, you might want to get back in bed and put your slippers back on and go live to your comfortable house with your heating on. But when it's bigger than you, you don't think about those things. So put yourself in the arena, people. Really push yourself. Okay, it's very, very important that you push yourself and put yourself in that arena. If you're struggling with any of those types of things, again, I'm here to help you. Book a call with me. There is a link below, and we'll see if you're a good fit for us and I'm a good fit for you. Because trading to get your edge is the basic thing. The psychology side. I work with people now. I've worked with someone and they're going into their 9th month purely checking in with me every week because of their psychology as accountability partner. That's how important it is. Get yourself in the arena, people, and I will see you all on the next video. You take care.